What you're about to discover in this video could reshape how you approach attraction and relationships in every part of your life. Stay with us and watch until the end. You'll want to absorb every key insight. Have you ever wondered why some people effortlessly attract others, while some, no matter their wealth or appearance, struggle for attention? The answer isn't what you think. It goes deeper, rooted in psychological principles and the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. By blending dark psychology with Stoic philosophy, you can learn how to control the way others see you without ever losing your inner peace. Most people desperately seek validation, but those who understand detachment and self-mastery become magnetic. The secret isn't just in what you do, but how you carry yourself. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to apply these techniques to take control of attraction in any situation. Before we dive in, if you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. Number 1. Be bold. Before you can even think about controlling attraction or applying dark psychology, you first need to embrace boldness, the essence of high-value men. Passivity is the domain of the unassertive. It belongs neither to those who seek success in life nor in relationships. High-value men, just like those who embody the teachings of Marcus Aurelius' Stoicism, know that waiting for things to happen is a losing strategy. They take action. Fortune favors the bold, a truth echoed throughout history. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, taught that we should not fear the challenges ahead, but instead confront them with courage and a readiness for growth. His philosophy speaks to the heart of boldness. Embrace the unknown, take risks, and learn from every encounter. Life itself rewards the courageous, especially in the realm of relationships. Just as Marcus Aurelius bore the weight of an empire with resilience, you too must navigate the complexities of dating and attraction with the same sense of purpose. Consider a man who, despite his fear of rejection, boldly approached a woman at a gathering, fully aware of the risk of failure. His bravery paid off, leading to a meaningful connection. The lesson here is clear. Hesitation may lead to missed opportunities, but boldness opens doors that fear keeps shut. High-value men understand that the rewards of stepping out of their comfort zone far outweigh the temporary discomfort of potential rejection. Moreover, modern research supports the idea that assertiveness is attractive. A study from the University of California reveals that women are drawn to men who exhibit assertive behaviour because it signals strength and reliability. This mirrors the Stoic belief in facing challenges head-on rather than shrinking from them. To control attraction, you must first be willing to take the initiative, much like the Stoic practice of negative visualization, where one prepares mentally for the worst-case scenario. By visualizing rejection or failure, you strip these experiences of their power to paralyze you, allowing you to approach situations calmly and confidently, knowing that regardless of the outcome, you've grown stronger. In today's fast-paced world, boldness is just as essential. Think about those moments when you held back, waiting for the right time or the perfect situation, only to see the opportunity slip away. The regret that follows is far worse than any rejection you might have faced. As Epictetus, another great Stoic philosopher, wisely said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." You can always learn from your mistakes, but you cannot turn back time to reclaim a missed chance. Boldness allows you to move forward, unburdened by the weight of what could have been. Let's look at another example. A man who experienced several rejections didn't retreat into self-doubt. Instead, he refined his approach, learned from his mistakes, and over time became more confident and successful in his interactions. Each rejection became a stepping stone toward personal growth, illustrating that failure is often the greatest teacher. This process of learning and adaptation, when guided by Stoic principles, ensures that every challenge becomes an opportunity for improvement. Beyond Stoic philosophy, history is rich with examples of bold figures who achieved greatness through courage and decisive action. Take Alexander the Great, for instance. His audacity on the battlefield and his relentless pursuit of success made him one of the most celebrated leaders in history. His ability to approach life with a fearless mindset offers a blueprint for men navigating modern relationships. Just like Alexander, you must be willing to take calculated risks in your pursuit of connection and attraction. In real life, boldness is not limited to relationships. It manifests in every sphere of life, from your career to personal development. Imagine being the one at work who steps up to lead a new project, or the one who dares to propose an innovative idea in a meeting. Those who take bold action are the ones who shape their future. This also holds true in personal growth. By consistently pushing your boundaries, you cultivate a mindset that thrives on challenges, fostering resilience in every facet of life. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This quote encapsulates the Stoic mindset. The obstacles we face are not to be feared, but embraced, as they provide the means for growth and progress. By embodying this philosophy, you learn to see challenges, including those in dating and attraction, as opportunities rather than threats. Being bold doesn't just help in relationships, it shapes your entire approach to life. High-value men, like Stoic practitioners, focus on what is within their control. They don't dwell on past failures or missed chances, instead choosing to act in the present, which is where real power lies. The ability to be bold and face uncertainty with confidence is what sets them apart, and this is the mindset you must adopt if you want to control attraction and influence others. The message here is not just about being bold with women, but about cultivating a bold approach to life, one that embraces challenges, risks failure, and sees every interaction as an opportunity for growth. In conclusion, being bold is more than just approaching women or seizing opportunities. It's about transforming your entire mindset. Boldness permeates every aspect of life, from your career to personal growth, and it's the key to living a life free from regret. By aligning yourself with the teachings of Marcus Aurelius' Stoicism and learning from historical figures who embodied these principles, you can approach life's challenges with confidence, ensuring that you live a life defined by action, courage, and resilience. Embrace the uncertainties of life with boldness, for inaction leads to regret, while action, no matter the outcome, brings growth and new possibilities. Number 2. Attention. In the world we live in today, it's easy to see how constant attention can distort one's self-perception. Think about it. When a woman wakes up, she's immediately flooded with notifications, messages, and comments on social media. Every day, men vie for her attention, sending compliments, likes, and flattery, all at the swipe of a screen. This steady stream of validation can make anyone feel like they're the center of the universe. But is this attention genuine, or is it simply a byproduct of our modern culture of instant gratification? Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." This endless barrage of social media attention is not an accurate reflection of true value. It's merely one perspective, a shallow one at that. As a high-value man, Your attention is something that should be given selectively. It's not about playing games, but recognizing the value of your own time and energy. When you meet someone, you introduce yourself and create a connection, but you don't continually offer free attention. Just as in Stoicism, where the focus is on controlling what is within your power, the same applies here. You can't control how others will react or seek validation, but you can control how much of yourself you invest in that dynamic. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, famously stated, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." By craving her attention, you make yourself needy, whereas withholding it shows strength, making you stand out from the crowd of men who are constantly chasing her. Think about this for a moment. Imagine you're the only man in a room full of suitors who isn't constantly seeking her approval. What happens? She starts to wonder what makes you different. Why aren't you falling over yourself to impress her like the others? This creates a powerful dynamic similar to the Stoic practice of indifference. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic thinker, taught that we should be indifferent to things outside our control, including the opinions and actions of others. By not chasing her, you send a clear message that you are not dependent on external validation. You become someone who isn't easily swayed by fleeting attention, and this makes you infinitely more intriguing. Take a moment to consider a modern-day scenario. Picture a man who regularly meets women in social settings, but never gives away too much attention. He introduces himself, shares a meaningful conversation, but then pulls back. While everyone else is flooding her with texts and compliments, he stays focused on his life, his goals, and his pursuits. He's not aloof, he's intentional. This leaves the woman thinking about him, wondering why he's different, and eventually she seeks out his attention, not the other way around. This is a perfect example of how Stoic philosophy can apply to modern dating. By withholding attention, you control the narrative. The Stoic principle of amor fati, loving one's fate, teaches that accepting what comes your way without desperation creates resilience. The woman in this scenario learns to value the attention that she must work for, rather than the free validation she's used to receiving. It's a lesson not just for her, but for anyone striving for true self-worth. But let me clarify. This isn't about playing games or manipulating someone's emotions while you waste your time on trivial distractions like video games or scrolling endlessly on social media. The essence of Stoicism is to focus on what matters. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Instead of indulging in distractions, use your time to build something meaningful, whether it's advancing in your career, learning a new skill, or investing time in your physical and mental well-being. High-value men understand that time is their most precious resource, and how they spend it reflects their priorities. We live in a world where social media has conditioned many to seek instant validation. Likes and comments may give a quick boost of confidence, but they are fleeting. What really matters is how you invest your energy in real-life achievements, personal growth, and meaningful relationships. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This advice speaks to the need for self-discipline and intentionality in all areas of life. If you want to be someone who attracts others through genuine value, then you must live a life that reflects that. This approach also fosters a sense of mystery. When you don't constantly give attention, you become a challenge, a puzzle to be figured out. As Epictetus wisely pointed out, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your lack of constant attention becomes something she has to react to, prompting her to reflect on why she's not getting the validation she's used to. In doing so, she begins to question what she truly values and whether the attention she receives from others holds any real meaning. This dynamic shifts the focus from superficial validation to deeper reflection and self-awareness. Moreover, this method helps you filter out those who are truly interested in you for who you are, not just for the attention you can provide. A relationship built on mutual respect and understanding is far more meaningful than one fueled by superficial flattery. Stoicism teaches us that the only thing within our control is our own behaviour. By withholding attention, you practice self-discipline, cultivating a stronger sense of self and ensuring that your relationships are built on genuine connection rather than fleeting attraction. There's a broader lesson here as well. In life, not just in relationships, you should associate with people who challenge you to grow. As Seneca advised, associate with people who are likely to improve you. Surround yourself with individuals who respect your time and value your attention. This will elevate the quality of your life and ensure that you spend your time wisely, focused on what truly matters. In conclusion, learning how to control attention is a powerful tool, not just in the realm of attraction, but in all areas of life. By understanding the value of your attention, practicing self-discipline and living intentionally, you set yourself apart as a high-value individual. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and to live with integrity in the face of external pressures. When you stop giving away your attention freely, you not only become more desirable, but you also cultivate a life of purpose, authenticity, and genuine connections. Number 3. Embracing the fearless mindset. When it comes to controlling attraction and understanding your own value, one of the most powerful tools is developing a fearless mindset. High-value men know their worth, and because of this deep self-assurance, they are naturally confident around women. They don't put women on pedestals or see them as unattainable beings. Instead, they view them as equals, and this balanced perspective allows them to remain calm, composed, and comfortable in any situation. This calmness and confidence make them irresistibly attractive, a trait women can't help but be drawn to. The reality is, most men, when faced with an attractive woman, often become anxious or uncertain, not because the woman is more valuable, but because they have yet to recognize their own worth. This high-value mindset, grounded in confidence, is something that sets certain men apart. Confidence, as shown by a Psychology Today study, is one of the most consistently attractive qualities people look for in others. So what makes high-value men so confident? They cultivate an unshakable belief in themselves. This confidence isn't superficial or based on external validation. Rather, it's deeply rooted in self-perception. This is where Stoic philosophy, such as the teachings of Epictetus, comes into play. Epictetus, a great Stoic philosopher, once said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." This concept of embracing vulnerability and facing fears head-on is essential in interactions with women. It teaches that it's okay not to have all the answers or to make mistakes, because improvement only comes through self-awareness and growth. When you internalize this, you naturally develop a sense of fearlessness. This fearless mindset becomes key to unlocking your charisma. Imagine a version of yourself who is grounded, confident, and at peace with who you are. This isn't just about visualizing your ideal self, but about consistently working toward becoming that person. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, wrote extensively about how our mindset shapes our experiences. He often reminded himself to remain composed, even under immense pressure, understanding that our reactions to events matter more than the events themselves. This Stoic principle can be applied to modern relationships. Whether you're meeting someone new or navigating ongoing relationships, maintaining composure and controlling your emotional reactions are powerful tools that not only demonstrate confidence but also increase attraction. But how do you develop this fearless mindset in a world that constantly bombards us with distractions and doubts? The first step is recognizing your own value. Begin by investing in self-improvement. Work on yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally. This doesn't mean striving for perfection, but consistently aiming to become a better version of yourself. Studies, such as those published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, show that people who actively pursue personal growth are seen as more attractive and confident. This ties directly to Stoicism's core teachings, which advocate continual self-improvement as a path to inner peace and lasting confidence. By challenging yourself and setting goals, you not only gain confidence but also build resilience, a quality that's deeply magnetic to others. One crucial element to remember is that confidence isn't about arrogance or needing to prove something to others. High-value men are secure in who they are because they know their worth. They don't need constant external validation to feel good about themselves. This self-assurance aligns with the Stoic virtue of wisdom, where understanding oneself and acting in accordance with one's true nature leads to a fulfilling life. Seneca, another great Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of self-awareness and self-control in achieving true happiness. He believed that by understanding our true nature and accepting our strengths and weaknesses, we become more resilient and less dependent on others' opinions. In today's world, this can be the difference between feeling desperate for attention or effortlessly attracting others through quiet self-assurance. As you embrace this fearless mindset, you'll notice something extraordinary happens. You begin to radiate charisma. But here's the secret. Charisma isn't just about charm or smooth talk. It's about making others feel valued and comfortable in your presence. High-value men excel at this because they practice empathy and show genuine interest in others. This principle is mirrored in Stoic philosophy, where showing kindness and understanding is seen as a vital part of living a virtuous life. Seneca famously said, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness." This doesn't just apply to romantic relationships, but to all interactions. When you make others feel seen and heard, you create a deep and lasting connection, which is far more powerful than any superficial charm. An essential part of embodying this mindset is staying present. When interacting with women, or anyone for that matter, being fully engaged in the conversation and genuinely listening creates a sense of respect and attentiveness that's incredibly attractive. Stoicism teaches us the value of living in the moment. Through mindfulness practices, journaling, or meditation, high-value men train themselves to stay grounded and focused on the present. This ability to stay present, no matter the situation, demonstrates control and respect, two qualities that will set you apart in any interaction. By being mindful, you show that you're not just looking for attention, but genuinely interested in the other person, which builds trust and deepens the connection. Incorporating Stoic principles into your daily life helps to solidify this fearless mindset. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This reminder teaches us that while we cannot control everything in life, we can always control how we respond. In relationships, this means maintaining your composure, even in uncertain situations, because you trust in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. This Stoic resilience is incredibly attractive because it signals to others that you're dependable and unshaken by external pressures. You begin to cultivate this mindset today. Start by challenging yourself daily, whether it's pushing your limits at work, engaging in meaningful conversations, or taking care of your physical health. Small, consistent actions lead to big changes. Over time, these practices build an internal foundation of confidence that becomes unshakable. You begin to see challenges not as threats, but as opportunities for growth, much like the Stoic exercise of negative visualization, where one prepares for potential difficulties and learns to face them calmly. When you internalize this mindset, it transforms not just your dating life, but all areas of your life: career, personal growth, and relationships. Ultimately, the lesson here is that cultivating a fearless mindset is about understanding your value, constantly improving yourself, and staying true to who you are. This journey is about becoming the best version of yourself, not for the sake of others, but for your own personal fulfillment. As you integrate Stoic principles into your life, like resilience, self-awareness, and mindfulness, you'll find that confidence naturally follows. You'll no longer seek validation from others, and instead, people will be drawn to you for your strength, authenticity, and composure. As Marcus Aurelius so wisely said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Take that step today to be fearless, grounded, and true to yourself, and you will see how attraction naturally follows. Number 4. Stop rewarding bad behavior. When navigating relationships, one of the most critical lessons that high-value individuals can learn, rooted in Marcus Aurelius' Stoicism, is the importance of not rewarding bad behavior. In the context of attraction and interpersonal dynamics, Stoic philosophy teaches us to avoid feeding into negative conduct. This means resisting the temptation to engage in petty disputes or conflicts that offer no real value and detract from personal growth. Stoicism emphasizes the cultivation of virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These virtues guide us in handling conflicts with a level head and in a way that upholds our principles. When faced with persistent irrational behavior, whether in romantic relationships or social interactions, it's crucial to recognize it as something that could disturb your peace of mind and moral balance. For instance, if a woman consistently engages in arguments over trivial matters or behaves disrespectfully, it is essential to see this as a deeper issue. Stoicism encourages us to step back and ask ourselves, is this behavior worth engaging in? Will responding emotionally help the situation? Or am I risking my peace for something that doesn't align with my values? A Stoic response might involve creating some distance, not as a form of punishment, but as a necessary pause to allow both parties to reflect. This pause is an opportunity to realign the relationship based on mutual respect and understanding, much like Marcus Aurelius advocated in his Meditations when he advised focusing on what is within our control and letting go of what is not. Emotional resilience, a cornerstone of Stoic teachings, allows us to maintain composure and clarity of judgment, especially in challenging situations. Instead of reacting impulsively to bad behavior, we can choose silence or measured responses. As Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." In doing so, we demonstrate emotional maturity and a sense of dignity that others will notice. This practice is a form of self-control and moderation, central to maintaining virtuous conduct, not just in relationships, but in all aspects of life. When we refrain from immediately reacting, we send a powerful message that we won't be swayed by negativity and that we value our inner tranquility above all else. One of the most effective tools in managing conflicts and bad behavior is the use of silence, a technique often advocated by Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus. In moments of heated interaction, choosing silence instead of fueling the fire can be a strategic way to de-escalate situations and reflect on the right course of action. This silence isn't avoidance, but a method for allowing space for introspection. It prevents unnecessary escalation and encourages a thoughtful response rather than a reactionary one. When you practice this, you're embodying the Stoic principle of wisdom, thinking before speaking and acting with purpose. This leads to stronger, healthier interactions built on thoughtful communication rather than emotional outbursts. Another key aspect of controlling attraction and managing relationships is setting and maintaining boundaries. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of clear boundaries, ones that are upheld consistently and with firmness. When we refuse to reward negative behavior with undue attention or validation, we are not only protecting ourselves, but also reinforcing our principles. This is not about being cold or unfeeling. It's about demonstrating that we value respect and mutual understanding. The philosopher Seneca once said, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you," and this extends to choosing how we interact with others. Upholding strong boundaries fosters respect and ensures that any relationship, romantic or otherwise, is built on a foundation of mutual regard and trust. From a psychological perspective, it's well documented that relationships thrive when built on mutual respect and effective communication. Studies show that emotional regulation and ethical behavior contribute significantly to the longevity and health of relationships. By adhering to the principles of Stoicism, self-control, emotional resilience, and integrity, you create an environment where both you and the people around you can flourish. In contrast, rewarding bad behavior only creates a cycle of negativity that erodes trust and mutual respect over time. Patience and empathy, two virtues highly regarded in Stoicism, are essential when dealing with difficult behaviors. Patience allows you to approach conflicts with a calm and rational mindset, preventing emotional flare-ups that can lead to greater misunderstandings. Empathy, on the other hand, enables you to see the situation from the other person's perspective, which can help de-escalate tension and promote constructive dialogue. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the idea of shared humanity, reminding himself to be patient with others because everyone is fighting their own internal battles. By bringing patience and empathy into your interactions, you foster an environment of understanding rather than one of conflict. One of the most empowering aspects of Stoicism is the understanding that the only thing we truly control is our own thoughts, actions, and responses. This Stoic perspective helps you maintain your inner peace and moral integrity, even when others around you are acting irrationally or disrespectfully. Instead of being drawn into their behavior, you can choose to remain grounded in your values. Marcus Aurelius captured this idea perfectly when he wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By focusing on what's within your control, you can navigate difficult interactions with grace and strength, showing others that you won't be easily swayed by their negative behavior. In today's world, where digital interactions can sometimes amplify disrespect or irrational behavior, the Stoic approach to not rewarding bad behavior is more relevant than ever. Social media, with its constant demands for attention and validation, can make it easy to fall into the trap of responding emotionally or seeking immediate gratification. However, as Stoics teach, it's better to prioritize long-term integrity over short-term emotional responses. This is especially true in relationships, where maintaining dignity and respecting boundaries can lead to healthier, more meaningful connections. Ultimately, the Stoic approach to handling negative behavior is about upholding your values and maintaining your emotional resilience. By refusing to reward bad behavior, setting clear boundaries, and practicing patience and empathy, you not only protect your peace, but also enhance the quality of your relationships. Remember that your actions, grounded in wisdom and self-control, demonstrate the strength of your character. As you navigate the complexities of human relationships, prioritize virtue over emotional reactions and stay true to the principles of Stoicism. This will not only make you more attractive, but will also lead to deeper, more fulfilling relationships that are built on mutual respect and understanding. You've just unlocked the key to controlling attraction with true Stoic power. If you're ready to elevate your mindset even further, type Stoic in Control in the comments to declare your growth. And don't forget to hit subscribe. There's much more to come on mastering life with purpose and strength. Number 5. Busy with the power of purpose. A high-value man, inspired by the core principles of Marcus Aurelius' Stoicism, understands that true attraction and fulfillment come from living with purpose and dedication to meaningful goals. He doesn't chase fleeting pleasures or engage in superficial pursuits. Instead, he devotes his time and energy to endeavors that reflect his values and contribute to something larger than himself. A high-value man exemplifies these ideals by embodying focus and determination in all areas of life. Whether it's his career, personal growth, or contributions to his community, he directs his efforts toward achievements that align with his inner values. Stoicism emphasizes self-control and rationality, guiding individuals to make deliberate choices that contribute to their long-term goals rather than seeking immediate gratification. This mindset sets high-value men apart from those who are easily swayed by external pressures or distracted by momentary pleasures. They understand that the pursuit of excellence, not just in relationships but in all areas of life, is what leads to true fulfillment. Next, what distinguishes a man who is attractive in a deep and lasting way? It's not just his appearance or status, but the sense of purpose and conviction he brings to everything he does. A man who lives with purpose naturally attracts others because he exudes confidence, focus, and authenticity. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and goals, allowing us to cultivate a mindset that is not only resilient, but also magnetic to those around us. When you are busy building something meaningful, whether it's professional ambitions, intellectual pursuits, or creative projects, you become more attractive because you are driven by something greater than yourself. A high-value man doesn't seek external validation through material wealth or superficial accomplishments. Stoicism reminds us that true contentment comes from cultivating inner strength and moral character, not from chasing the approval of others. For example, maintaining physical fitness isn't just about looking good. It's about demonstrating discipline, self-care, and a commitment to excellence in all aspects of life. This focus on self-improvement reflects a deeper dedication to living a virtuous life, one that goes beyond appearances and taps into the Stoic ideal of reason and virtue. When it comes to relationships, a high-value man doesn't engage in shallow flirtations or meaningless connections. Instead, he seeks genuine relationships based on mutual respect, shared values, and intellectual compatibility. As Stoic philosophy teaches, real attraction transcends physical appearance. It's about emotional resonance and intellectual connection. By embodying Stoic virtues like wisdom and authenticity, He creates meaningful connections that are built to last. He understands that the most fulfilling relationships are those that challenge and inspire both parties to grow. Consider how this mindset plays out in real life. A man who is dedicated to self-improvement, who reads, learns, and grows every day, will naturally stand out in any social or professional setting. His conversations are enriched by his wealth of knowledge and diverse interests, making him not just attractive but compelling. This multifaceted approach to personal development, encouraged by Stoic teachings, makes him a strong presence, whether he's at work, with friends, or in a romantic relationship. Let's take a metaphor to illustrate this. Winning over someone's interest is like preparing for a strategic endeavor. Your strength doesn't come only from your physical abilities, but from your intellectual sharpness, emotional intelligence, and moral integrity. These are the pillars of Stoic virtue, and by building on these qualities, you naturally exude confidence and charisma, attributes that resonate far beyond any superficial charm. When a man focuses on building these internal qualities, he becomes someone others are drawn to, not just for his appearance, but for the substance he brings to every interaction. Now, what does this look like in modern life? Imagine a man who, instead of spending hours scrolling through social media or engaging in unproductive activities, invests his time in learning new skills, reading books, and staying physically active. He might spend his weekends working on a passion project or volunteering in his community, knowing that the time he spends in these pursuits not only enriches his life, but contributes to the world around him. This is the embodiment of Stoic principles in today's world, a man who is busy with the power of purpose, and because of that, he attracts others without even trying. Stoicism also teaches us to embrace challenges with grace, viewing obstacles as opportunities for growth rather than setbacks. A high-value man understands that adversity is not something to be feared, but something to be learned from. When faced with challenges, he maintains his composure, grounded in the Stoic belief that difficulties are a natural part of life's journey. This resilience, combined with a positive mindset, not only strengthens his character, but also makes him more attractive to others. People are naturally drawn to those who face life's challenges with optimism and strength, traits that are universally admired. Beyond personal development, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of contributing to the well-being of others and society. A high-value man knows that his purpose extends beyond personal success. It includes making a positive impact in the lives of others, whether through mentorship, philanthropy, or simply being a supportive friend. He recognizes his responsibility to give back. This sense of purpose, grounded in service and altruism, adds depth to his character and enriches his relationships. It reflects the Stoic ideals of virtue and social duty, which emphasize that a meaningful life is one that contributes to the common good. Looking back at one of the most famous examples of living with purpose, resilience, and virtue, we find the life of Marcus Aurelius. As the Roman emperor and a dedicated Stoic philosopher, Marcus Aurelius governed the empire with a deep sense of responsibility and duty. His reign was marked by challenges, including wars and political pressures, yet he remained steadfast in his commitment to Stoic principles. His famous Meditations, written as personal reflections, offer timeless wisdom on how to live a life of purpose and virtue. He viewed his role not as an opportunity for personal gain, but as a duty to serve his people and uphold justice. His resilience in the face of adversity, combined with his unwavering commitment to Stoic ideals, continues to inspire generations. Marcus Aurelius's life serves as a powerful example of how Stoic philosophy can guide us in living a meaningful, purpose-driven life. His dedication to purpose, resilience in adversity, and commitment to virtue not only shaped his reign as Roman emperor, but left a legacy that endures to this day. This is the power of living with purpose. It not only enhances your personal fulfillment, but also leaves a lasting impact on those around you. In conclusion, the path to becoming a high-value man is not about external achievements or validation, but about living with purpose, integrity, and resilience. By embodying Stoic principles in your daily life, you not only cultivate a life of meaning but also inspire admiration and respect from those around you. Our channel is here to guide you on this journey, offering practical strategies and timeless wisdom from Stoic philosophy to help you become the best version of yourself. So, focus on your growth, embrace challenges as opportunities, and live with purpose. This is the true power of attraction and fulfillment. Number 6. The art of independence. The concept of independence is a cornerstone of being a high-value man. Independence and self-reliance are not just about living in isolation or retreating from society. They are about cultivating a deep sense of self-awareness, confidence, and strength. Men who embody true value understand that their worth comes from within, not from external sources like relationships or others' opinions. Independence, in the context of Stoicism, Marcus Aurelius, is about recognizing that fulfillment and happiness are internal states of being. Marcus Aurelius himself famously wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." This mindset allows high-value men to radiate a quiet confidence because they know who they are and what they stand for, regardless of the circumstances around them. The distinction between wanting companionship and needing it is a crucial one. High-value men appreciate and cherish meaningful relationships, but they do not depend on these relationships for their sense of self-worth or happiness. They choose partners who complement their lives, not complete them. This understanding ensures that their relationships are built on mutual respect and shared values, rather than filling emotional voids. Think about this. When your sense of self isn't tied to another person's validation, you become more attractive, not because you're playing hard to get, but because you exude confidence and self-assuredness. This creates a dynamic where the relationship adds value to both parties' lives, rather than becoming a crutch or dependency. Research consistently shows the benefits of cultivating independence. Studies indicate that individuals who develop self-sufficiency report higher levels of life satisfaction and emotional resilience. They are better able to handle stress and adversity with a sense of calm and purpose, qualities that are admired in both personal and professional settings. High-value men, through their independence, maintain an internal equilibrium that makes them emotionally resilient and adaptable in challenging situations. This resilience enhances not only personal well-being, but also the influence and respect they garner from those around them. Practical independence is about more than just standing on your own 2 feet. It involves nurturing your passions and interests. High-value men invest in themselves through education, personal development, and creative pursuits. By pursuing these passions, they enrich their lives and demonstrate a commitment to excellence in everything they do. Whether it's learning a new skill, advancing in their careers, or taking up a hobby that challenges them, these pursuits keep their minds sharp and their lives full. Ask yourself, what passions or interests have you been neglecting, and how could diving back into them enrich your life? Pursuing what you love with dedication not only brings personal fulfillment, but also makes you more interesting and compelling to others. Emotional independence is another key factor in the art of self-reliance. High-value men are emotionally intelligent and self-aware, which allows them to navigate their own feelings with clarity and maintain healthy boundaries in their relationships. This self-mastery enables them to communicate more effectively, fostering connections that are based on understanding and empathy. When you're emotionally independent, you're not easily shaken by setbacks or challenges in relationships. Instead, you approach them with the mindset that these are opportunities for growth, both for you and the relationship itself. This emotional strength is what allows high-value men to bounce back from life's inevitable disappointments, emerging even stronger and more resilient. One of the most empowering aspects of independence is the freedom to make decisions that align with your values and goals. High-value men are not swayed by societal pressures or the expectations of others. They prioritize authenticity and integrity in every choice they make. This dedication to living in alignment with their principles earns them respect and admiration, both in their personal relationships and in their professional lives. It's not about being rebellious or refusing to conform just for the sake of it. It's about choosing the path that feels right for you, regardless of external noise. Ask yourself, are your current decisions truly reflective of your values, or are they shaped by the expectations of others? Independence also plays a pivotal role in relationships. High-value men understand that healthy relationships are those where both partners are given the space to grow individually while also supporting one another. They don't lose themselves in relationships or seek to control their partners. Instead, they create environments of mutual respect, where both individuals can flourish. This balance allows for a more profound connection because both people are bringing their full selves into the relationship rather than looking for someone to fill in their gaps. Beyond the personal benefits, independence also drives high-value men to make positive contributions to society. They recognize that self-reliance doesn't mean isolation. It means having the strength to stand alone while also giving back to the community. Whether it's through mentorship, philanthropy, or community involvement, high-value men understand their role in creating a better world. This sense of purpose extends beyond self-interest and reflects the Stoic ideal of contributing to the greater good. As Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "What we do now echoes in eternity." High-value men live with the understanding that their actions leave a lasting legacy, and they strive to make that legacy a positive one. Independence, then, is not just about being alone, it's about self-discovery, continuous growth, and contribution. By embracing the art of independence, men cultivate a strong sense of self that enriches their relationships, fuels their passions, and empowers them to make meaningful impacts in the world. This journey toward becoming a high-value man isn't easy, but it is deeply rewarding. As you grow in independence, you will find that your sense of fulfillment, confidence, and purpose grows as well. And this growth naturally inspires those around you, encouraging them to also live with greater intentionality and integrity. Start by pursuing your passions with focus and determination, cultivating relationships based on mutual respect and shared values, and setting clear boundaries that protect your time and energy. Independence doesn't mean isolation. It means standing strong in who you are and what you believe in, regardless of external pressures. In doing so, you enhance your own life and become a source of inspiration for others, demonstrating the strength of character and unwavering commitment to living authentically. This is how you become a high-value man, grounded in Stoicism and the timeless teachings of Marcus Aurelius. You lead not only yourself, but also those around you, with integrity, purpose, and strength. Number 7. Embracing directness and precision. When it comes to building strong connections, high-value men understand the power of clear communication. It's not simply about being articulate, it's about being direct, honest, and upfront with your intentions. This principle aligns perfectly with the teachings of Marcus Aurelius' Stoicism, where clarity of thought and action are seen as essential virtues. Marcus Aurelius himself once wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." This idea reinforces the importance of integrity and precision in every interaction. Research shows that straightforward communication reduces misunderstandings and fosters deeper, more meaningful connections. In fact, studies like those by Smith, 2020, have demonstrated that individuals who communicate clearly and directly build stronger relationships because they eliminate ambiguity and confusion right from the start. Being vague or evasive in your communication can lead to unnecessary complications, especially in relationships. Women appreciate men who can clearly express their feelings and intentions, which leads to higher levels of trust and satisfaction. This isn't just theory. Jones and Brown, 2019, conducted studies that prove clarity from the beginning of a relationship significantly boosts trust between partners. For instance, rather than hiding behind emojis or overly casual language, a high-value man communicates with maturity and purpose, signaling that he knows what he wants and isn't afraid to express it. Authenticity is key here. When your communication is direct and honest, you come across as someone who is self-assured, grounded, and reliable. High-value men also know how to project their masculine energy with confidence without tipping into aggression. It's about being assertive while maintaining respect, standing by your decisions, and creating an environment of trust. Studies by Roberts and Lee, 2018, show that men who communicate with precision and directness are perceived as more attractive and trustworthy partners. This isn't about dominating conversations or controlling interactions, but about making meaningful contributions that respect both parties' time and emotions. By focusing on deep, purposeful conversations rather than meaningless small talk, you show that you're genuinely interested in understanding the other person on a deeper level. Rejection is another area where high-value men shine. When they encounter rejection, they handle it with grace and maturity, knowing that it's not a reflection of their worth, but simply an indication of incompatibility. In fact, research from Smith et al., 2020, highlights that men who are able to move on from rejection without letting it affect their self-esteem tend to have more fulfilling relationships in the long run. By not dwelling on missed opportunities, these men free themselves to focus on more compatible partners who share their values and goals. In line with Stoic principles, they understand that they can only control their actions and responses, not the actions of others. This Stoic mindset allows them to remain composed and continue pursuing meaningful relationships without becoming discouraged by temporary setbacks. When faced with manipulative behavior or toxic relationships, high-value men know how to set firm boundaries. They understand that tolerating manipulation only invites more of it, so they choose to distance themselves or disengage entirely. This approach, highlighted by Anderson and Martinez, 2019, shows that high-value individuals prioritize self-respect and are not afraid to walk away from situations that don't align with their values. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, not manipulation, and the sooner this becomes clear in your interactions, the more likely you are to attract people who respect and appreciate you for who you are. Another critical aspect of high-value men is their selectiveness when choosing a partner. They don't jump into relationships hastily or out of fear of being alone. Instead, they focus on finding someone with whom they share mutual values and long-term compatibility. Adams and White, 2017, found that relationships based on shared values and effective communication are far more likely to succeed in the long term. High-value men are well aware of this, which is why they invest their time and energy into building connections that are built on a solid foundation rather than superficial attraction or fleeting emotions. This philosophy of directness and precision isn't just about improving dating strategies. It's about living a life of authenticity and purpose. By communicating clearly and standing firm in your values, you foster healthier, more meaningful relationships that contribute to personal growth and fulfillment. By applying this wisdom to your relationships, you not only elevate your own life, but also set a positive example for those around you, demonstrating what it means to live with integrity, purpose, and respect. Number 8. Don't change your plans for her. One of the fundamental principles that high-value men live by is the understanding that time is more than just a resource. It's a reflection of their priorities, values, and self-worth. These men lead purpose-driven lives, where every decision, whether it's related to work, personal commitments, or relationships, is made intentionally and aligned with their long-term goals and principles. Time is finite, and those who perceive it as scarce are more likely to use it wisely, prioritizing activities that foster personal growth, fulfillment, and purpose. This mindset mirrors the teachings of Stoic philosophy, which emphasizes controlling what is within your power, including how you allocate your time and energy. As Marcus Aurelius' Stoicism teaches us, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one. This philosophy encourages us to use our time intentionally and not to let others disrupt our plans or purpose without good reason. High-value men don't change their plans for others, especially not for the sake of fleeting romantic interests. They understand that their goals and commitments are reflections of their values. Just as Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, managed to balance the immense responsibilities of leading an empire while maintaining moments of personal reflection and growth, you too must create boundaries around your time. Marcus Aurelius didn't allow the demands of his role to pull him away from his core beliefs or personal development. He understood that, even with the weight of the world on his shoulders, his time had to be spent wisely, in ways that aligned with his long-term vision. This example shows us the timeless importance of balancing our responsibilities without sacrificing personal integrity and growth. In modern relationships, this idea of not bending your plans simply to accommodate someone else is vital. Research consistently shows that individuals who set firm boundaries around their time and priorities are perceived as more attractive and desirable. Why? Because this sense of confidence and self-assurance reflects someone who knows their worth. High-value men understand that by honoring their commitments, they not only respect themselves, but also establish themselves as reliable and consistent partners, qualities that others deeply admire. When you stand by your decisions and don't drop everything to impress or chase someone, it demonstrates that you have a life filled with purpose and meaning. It shows that you don't need external validation to feel fulfilled. A key lesson from Stoicism, and one that Marcus Aurelius' Stoicism often reflects, is emotional independence. High-value men derive their happiness and sense of fulfillment from within, not from romantic relationships or the approval of others. They nurture their own interests, pursue their passions, and maintain a strong sense of purpose outside of relationships. This emotional resilience is incredibly attractive, as it signals that they are not looking for someone to complete them, but rather someone to share their journey with. This is why the most meaningful relationships are those where both individuals bring their full selves to the table, complementing each other's lives instead of filling emotional voids. In today's world, where distractions are constant and boundaries between work and personal life are often blurred, being able to prioritize your time effectively is more important than ever. High-value men navigate this digital landscape with precision. They understand that carving out time for personal growth, hobbies, and meaningful relationships enhances their overall well-being. When you show that you are in control of your time and that you value it as a precious resource, it not only improves your life, but also sets a standard for how others should treat you. This discipline sends a message that you are someone with direction, and it attracts people who respect your time and boundaries. The concept of personal branding comes into play here as well. Your personal brand isn't just your professional reputation, it's the integrity and consistency you bring to your personal interactions. High-value men build a personal brand based on reliability, integrity, and authenticity. They honor their commitments, keep their word, and respect their time, all of which foster trust and admiration from others. Just as a business earns respect through consistency and reliability, so do individuals. By not changing your plans or compromising your values for the sake of impressing someone, you reinforce your personal brand as someone who is stable, reliable, and grounded in purpose. Consider a modern-day story to bring this lesson to life. Think of a successful entrepreneur who has built his career around innovation and hard work. One day, he meets someone he's interested in romantically. Instead of canceling his meetings or pushing back deadlines to spend time with her, he sticks to his schedule, showing that while he values the connection, his purpose and commitments come first. This doesn't push the woman away. On the contrary, it demonstrates that he is a man of substance, someone who is driven and focused. It shows that he values himself and his time, which in turn makes him more attractive. This entrepreneur's life is like a tapestry, each thread representing a choice, a commitment, or a relationship nurtured. He is not weaving a life filled with distractions or momentary pleasures. He is creating a legacy of integrity and purpose. The lesson here is clear. High-value men don't let others derail their plans, and they certainly don't change their path just to gain someone's approval. By respecting your time, you command respect from others. This doesn't mean being rigid or inflexible, but it does mean having the confidence to prioritize what truly matters. The relationships that last, the ones that bring true fulfillment, are built on mutual respect, where both parties honor their commitments and support each other's growth. As Marcus Aurelius' Stoicism teaches us, a life well lived is one where each moment contributes to a greater purpose. Every choice, every plan honored, and every boundary set contributes to a life that reflects integrity, wisdom, and self-discipline. When you live this way, you inspire others to do the same. Your time is a precious resource, and by valuing it, you encourage others to respect it as well. High-value men understand that relationships should enhance their lives, not detract from their sense of purpose. By maintaining this balance, they cultivate relationships that are fulfilling, meaningful, and aligned with their values. The principles of Stoic philosophy, integrity, emotional resilience, and self-discipline empower high-value men to navigate life's complexities with grace and intention. By honoring their commitments and not allowing distractions to pull them away from their goals, they create meaningful connections while achieving lasting personal and professional success. When you embrace this way of living, where time is respected and plans are not changed for fleeting desires, you embody the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. You live authentically, courageously, and with purpose, building a life that is not only successful but also deeply fulfilling. Congratulations on making it to the end and diving deep into the wisdom of Stoicism and dark psychology. If you're ready to take charge of your own attraction and energy, comment, "I own my journey" below. Keep watching. Your transformation is just beginning. In this content, we delve into how Marcus Aurelius' Stoicism served as a guiding philosophy for the Roman emperor during some of his most challenging times, and how we can apply those lessons to our own lives today. One of the most relatable challenges many of us face is being ignored or dealing with indifference from someone important in our lives. Whether it's in relationships or social interactions, that feeling of being disregarded can shake your confidence and self-worth. But what if instead of letting someone else's behavior define you, you turned the experience into an opportunity for growth and empowerment? This is what Stoicism teaches us: to focus on what is within our control and to transform adversity into a source of strength. When faced with indifference, one of the first steps you can take is to refrain from reacting impulsively. It's tempting to respond immediately when someone ignores you, but high-value men and those who practice Stoicism know the power of emotional composure. Rather than lashing out or seeking immediate validation, consider this. By ignoring her in return, not out of spite, but from a place of self-control, you reclaim your power. Stoicism teaches us the importance of patience and wisdom. By stepping back, you allow yourself the space to reflect and grow, focusing on self-discovery rather than frustration. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the importance of staying true to your values, regardless of external circumstances. In his Meditations, he wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By keeping your focus on your own emotional independence, you take control of your story rather than letting someone else dictate it. So how do you craft your own narrative with resilience and wisdom? Start by shifting your attention away from the person who ignores you and toward your own goals and ambitions. Take a moment to ask yourself, what do I want to achieve? What inspires me? Use this time as an opportunity to reinvest in your personal growth. Create a list of your goals, whether professional, physical, or personal, and take active steps toward achieving them. Maybe it's launching a new project at work, starting a fitness regimen, or simply spending more quality time with family and friends. When you engage in activities that inspire and fulfill you, you begin to realize that the indifference of others holds far less power over your well-being. This aligns perfectly with the Stoic principle of focusing on what you can control. Your personal growth and happiness are always within your power, and by pursuing them with intention, you become more resilient to external judgments. Another key lesson from Stoicism is the importance of maintaining emotional composure. It can be hard not to react when someone ignores you, but reacting impulsively often leads to regret and reinforces their power over you. Instead, practice self-awareness. When you feel the urge to respond with anger or frustration, pause and reflect on why you're feeling that way. By responding with grace and respect, you embody the Stoic virtue of inner peace amidst uncertainty. Approach the situation with kindness and understanding without expecting anything in return. This demonstrates your inherent value as a person who doesn't need external recognition to affirm your worth. In doing so, you showcase the core of Stoicism, maintaining your dignity regardless of how others treat you. One of the most powerful responses to being ignored is to challenge the assumptions that underlie the situation. Often, we assume that someone's indifference is a reflection of our shortcomings. But what if instead you focused on defying expectations? For example, if someone perceives you as lacking certain qualities, confidently display your strengths. Whether it's your creativity, intellect, or kindness, show through your actions that you are more than their assumptions. This isn't about proving them wrong. It's about reinforcing your self-assurance and commitment to continuous self-improvement. As you redirect your energy toward bettering yourself, the opinions of others become less significant and your resilience grows. From a Stoic perspective, social status and recognition are not things to be chased. Instead, they are byproducts of living a life dedicated to personal development and contributing to the well-being of others. Stoicism teaches that the value of your life is measured not by external validation, but by your internal growth and the impact you have on your community. Engaging in activities like physical fitness, volunteering, advancing your skills, or simply being a positive force in your social circle not only fosters personal growth, but also builds authentic connections based on mutual respect and shared values. These actions help build the type of social status that matters, one rooted in substance rather than superficiality. When you face situations where your communication is met with silence or indifference, it's crucial to adopt a calm and strategic approach grounded in the principles of Stoicism, Marcus Aurelius. One of the first lessons Stoicism teaches us is to focus on what we can control, and in this case, that means controlling our reactions rather than trying to force a response from someone else. The initial step is to stop making repeated attempts to contact the person. Trying too hard to reconnect can often make the situation worse and may undermine your self-respect. By stepping back, you're not pretending the situation doesn't affect you. You're asserting your self-worth and maintaining your boundaries. Let's consider a modern example. Imagine you've been dating someone for a few weeks, and suddenly they stop responding to your texts. The urge to keep texting them to find out what happened can be overwhelming. However, continuing to reach out, asking for an explanation or closure, can come off as needy and can push them further away. Instead, applying the principles of Stoicism, you would stop sending messages and focus on your own life. In doing so, you reclaim control over the situation. You send a clear message, not just to them, but also to yourself, that your self-worth is not dependent on their attention. As Marcus Aurelius said, "It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live." By redirecting your energy away from the other person and toward living your life fully, you regain your inner strength. In social situations where you may still run into this person, maintain an air of nonchalance. Don't make the interaction or their indifference the center of your focus. Instead, engage with others and enjoy the event. If you must speak with them, keep it polite and professional, and avoid bringing personal frustration into the conversation. Stoicism emphasizes maintaining inner calm and composure. Showing that you're unaffected by their silence demonstrates your emotional independence and resilience. This isn't about ignoring them out of spite, but about respecting your own boundaries and maintaining your self-respect. When you focus on what you can control, your actions and mindset, you cultivate emotional strength. Now, how do you apply this when it comes to dealing with the emotions that arise from being ignored? One of the most powerful Stoic responses is to shift your focus to your own growth and well-being. Take the time you would have spent trying to reconnect and invest it in activities that bring you joy and personal satisfaction. Whether it's focusing on your career, learning a new skill, hitting the gym, or spending time with friends and family, these activities remind you that your life is full and meaningful, regardless of whether someone is giving you attention. Emotional independence is key here. By finding fulfillment in your personal interests and goals, you become less reliant on external validation. For example, think about someone who recently started a business or a new project. If their romantic interest starts ignoring them, a Stoic approach would be to channel all their energy into making that business or project successful. By doing so, they not only grow professionally, but also emotionally, showing that their sense of self-worth is tied to their actions and achievements, not to someone else's attention. This proactive approach helps you build a life that's rich with purpose and personal satisfaction. Another essential Stoic principle to embrace when you're faced with silence is avoiding the urge to seek validation. This means resisting the temptation to post on social media for attention or make passive-aggressive comments in hopes of making the other person feel guilty. These behaviors are not aligned with Stoic values and only serve to weaken your emotional independence. Instead, embrace the silence and use it for reflection. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow? This quiet time becomes an opportunity to develop your resilience and focus on your personal growth, without relying on someone else to make you feel whole. If silence continues, you may need to make a more significant decision. Sometimes, distancing yourself from someone who consistently disregards you is necessary for your emotional well-being. While it may be hard, cutting off contact may be the healthiest option to prioritize your own mental and emotional health. This doesn't mean you hold a grudge or act out of bitterness. It means you respect yourself enough to walk away from relationships that no longer serve you. Maintaining boundaries is a core tenet of Stoicism. Let's apply this to a work situation. Imagine you've been putting in extra hours on a project, but your boss doesn't acknowledge your contributions, leaving you feeling ignored and undervalued. Rather than constantly seeking their approval, a Stoic approach would be to focus on the quality of your work for its own sake, knowing that you are doing your best. Eventually, either your efforts will be recognized, or you'll have the inner strength to move on to a new opportunity where your contributions are appreciated. By focusing on what you can control, your effort and your attitude, you maintain your integrity and emotional stability. In conclusion, handling silence or indifference with a Stoic mindset allows you to rise above the situation with grace, strength, and emotional resilience. By refraining from chasing after attention, focusing on your personal growth, and setting clear boundaries, you embody the principles of Stoicism, Marcus Aurelius. Instead of letting someone else's actions dictate your emotions, you control your response, fostering a sense of autonomy and peace. As we wrap up this exploration of controlling attraction through dark psychology and Stoic philosophy, remember that the real power lies in applying these principles to your daily life. By embracing emotional resilience, maintaining inner calm, and focusing on what you can control, you not only enhance your personal growth, but also cultivate lasting happiness. How are you going to incorporate these strategies into your own journey? Share your thoughts in the comments and let us know.